What's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and today we're doing my makeup A-team. So these are my go-to makeup products that I use all the time, and without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Today's video is sponsored by White with Style, which is a teeth whitening company that you only have to do the treatment once a week, and they come in a ton of different flavors, so it doesn't have to taste like nasty medical stuff. You put the custom trays in your teeth, put the gel on, and then you can pull the light up for only 30 minutes for the entire week, and you're good. So I'll leave the link down below for that, and now let's jump into the video. Alright guys, as always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty-free, and so is everything I use in today's video. Now, a lot of these things you've probably seen before in either favorites videos or I've reviewed it, so let's get started. I'm not going to do these in any particular order. The first thing I'm going to mention is a foundation. Now, this is the Born This Way by Too Faced foundation in the shade Cloud. It is our new lightest shade, and it's actually pretty neutral. Like, it's a tiny bit yellow, but since all the rest of the shades are really yellow on me, this one, the new Cloud one, is a lot more neutral and a lot easier to wear. I love the finish on it. It's such a beautiful medium to full coverage foundation. It's really easy to build up without getting cakey, and it doesn't dry out my skin, so I definitely love this foundation. I use it a ton. Next up is my favorite concealer, which we all know is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now, I just got this new one, and they added some like new text on the back of it. Like, normally it was just blank on the back, but now they have text on it. So this is the newest fair shade. It is Porcelain Beige. Now, if you know fair neutral, and fair beige, I usually use fair beige, but now they have a new lightest one called Porcelain Beige, and it's not lighter than the rest of the fair shades, but it is a lot cooler. So I started off with fair, it was too yellow. Fair neutral was still pretty yellow. Fair beige, which is the one I've been using like forever now, and I finally ran out of, is more of a pinkier based concealer, which is perfect for me because I have very cool toned skin and kind of pinkiness to it. But this new fair beige one is much more neutral, so it's really easy, especially because I use a setting powder that has color in it. It doesn't look too white cast. It's the same shades as the fair one. This one is just like the most neutral. So Porcelain Beige, Tarte Shape Tape, favorite concealer. I hope that made sense, all these colors I was describing. So next up we have setting powder. I've talked about this a lot lately, so I'm just going to breeze through Cover FX Perfecting Setting Powder. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this thing so much. The color Translucent Light, which is this one, they only come in two shades. They come in a light and a dark shade. Is not actually translucent. It does have color to it, but it's just so good. It's honestly such a finely milled powder without making a mess. It's beautiful. Now, for bronzer, I always use the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzer. I've talked about this countless times. I love it so much. I've been using it for like 6-7 years now. Such a good light bronzer. Like, oh, you're like, oh, this is really, really pale, but it gives my skin just a little bit of glow, and I love it so much. So for highlight, Jeffree Star Ice Cold is my always tried and true one, but since I ran out of that, I've been using the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice Palette a ton. Now, I think what I really like about dipping into the palette, not just one individual shade, is one, it has Ice Cold in here, but I can also dip into like one of the other shades I like and mix them together. Like, they're so easy to mix. The formulas are also very different. Like, they have some that are kind of hard. They have some that have a little bit softer texture. We have one that has glitter in it. It's just really easy to mix into 2 or 3 colors based off of whatever I'm using for like blush or eyeshadow. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Also, it makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. Like, any of these shades are light enough for a beautiful inner corner highlight. For blush, I've really been loving the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. This one is so good. Also, I love the smell. It's kind of flimsy, like it doesn't really want to stay closed or it doesn't want to stay open. The packaging is adorable, but it's kind of cheap for a metal. It just smells so good, and it's a really pretty blush. It's kind of like, it's kind of like a brown, kind of muted out blush, but it looks so natural. It's also a really great color to kind of blush into your contour shade. It smells fantastic, it works beautifully, and I really like this one. I just wish the packaging wasn't so flimsy. For eyebrows, is something I've talked about a million times again, and I actually have to stop using this because I've used it too much to the point of it doesn't work the way it used to. This is the Suva Beauty Grease Hydro Liner. These are great eyeliners. They're water activated, and I use this for my brows because it is just a beautiful, it's kind of a muted out gray, but since I have such brown eyebrow hairs, like golden colored eyebrows naturally, since I'm naturally blonde, it just looks so natural. Like, it looks like a brown color even though it's a black hydroliner, and it's so much cooler, and it matches my kind of colorful hair. I just really like these. They perform so well. A tiny little drop of water in there and they will go so far. They last forever unless you use them every single day like I did, to the point they don't dry out anymore. So it's like always a squishy texture, but it's really good regardless. Now, I've really been loving the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara that we got in our BoxyCharm, but something I've been using for months is the Milk Mascara. The little Kush Milk Mascara. These are so good. I've heard bad things about the full-size one, but the mini one's formula is so good. It's 12 bucks. I'll leave every product in this video linked down below for you, but this is such a good mascara. Like, the fluffy wand in here is to die for. Like, it's the perfect thing. It's really easy to use. I haven't had any like fallout underneath the eyes. It doesn't want to bleed on you. It's just a really solidly good mascara. For eyeliner, I brought one pencil and one liquid. So we have the liquid, which is the Suic'de London Eye Stamp. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but Suic'de London's eyeliners in general are really good. This one has a stamp on one side and an eyeliner on the other. The eyeliner what I've used the most, obviously, for just getting the inner corner from where the lash stops to the inner part of the eye. Such a good mascara. It never wants to bleed. And then the eye stamp itself, this one is a star. It's perfect. Like, it's so evenly dispersed. Like, there's no like, oh, this side of the star doesn't work. No, it works perfectly every time. And yeah, I have two of these just in case this one dries out because it's really good and I don't want to not have it. So for the eyeliner, I believe I mentioned this in my first A-Team video, is the eyeliner Exit by Colourpop. It's so good. These break so easily, so make sure like you check it when you get it after it like ships to you or whatever, or you pick it up in store. Make sure you check it when you leave because they do break hella easily. But it's such a good eyeliner. Like, it's a perfect white eyeliner and it lasts all day in your waterline unless you have really, really sensitive eyes. Like, I have pretty sensitive eyes and most of the time it sticks. But if my eyes are a little more watery that day, it takes a little bit more finessing, but it's just really good. So for eyeshadow, this was actually really difficult for me. Eyeshadow is my favorite thing, you guys know this. But since I review so much of it, I don't even get a chance to play with what I have sometimes. Or I'm like, oh, I should use this because we're talking about this today. I should use this because we're doing this today. I should use this because we're reviewing this. Or, you know, I review a lot of eyeshadow. So these are things that I've gone back to time and time again, not for videos. I just wear them on regular days I'm not filming. So these are the ones I picked, even though I haven't used all of these like 100 times or anything. First thing is the Gingerbread Spice palette by Too Faced. Ever since I reviewed this and did the 3 looks with it, I haven't really put it down that much. So I've been using this a ton just on regular days. Again, I don't like this one glitter shade, but everything else in here is such a solid, good palette. Not crazy about the fragrance, but I left it open overnight one day and it kind of aired out a lot of the fragrance. It's just really good. Like, neutral browns, check. Light pinks, hot pinks, golds, greens, purples, reds, oranges. So good. Honestly, the oranges and the browns in this palette are to die for because they're such a unique shade of brown. It's like really spicy. Honestly, I love this palette. I'm going to use it all year long. I really wish that this wasn't limited edition. Like, I know it's a gingerbread spice themed palette, but I honestly think this could sell all year long because the quality is amazing, and I'm really glad that I didn't skip out or pass this up as just like, oh, it's a niche holiday palette, because the quality is so good that I'm going to use it all year long. Next up is something that I used for my eyeshadow today, and this is the Soft Glam palette for Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's such a good palette for when I want to wear like a bold lip and I want more of a neutral eye, or just want to do something kind of casual like today. Soft Glam palette's perfect for it. It is very hyped, but it is worth it. There is fallout with this palette, but the quality of the shadows is amazing. The pigmentation is great. They blend like effortlessly, and these are the shades in the palette. We have a bunch of colors down here to deepen up a look, and we have so many light shades up here. The glitter shimmer metallics in here, beautiful. The mattes in here, still fantastic. Like, they're so easy to work with. Also, this is my favorite, like, put in the crease, neutral, be done kind of shade. It is Dusty Rose, which is like a mauvier purple shade. It's very beautiful, and it's really easy to blend. So if you want to add just something over the crease real quick, I just take the shadow right here, dust it over, and you're good. It's really great shadow and a really great palette. So next up is something I've been using a ton when I do colorful looks. This is kind of what I've been gravitating towards. This is the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I have a lot of Juvia's Place palettes now, and I'm very happy with them. They're affordable, they have huge pan sizes, and hello, oh my gosh. I know a couple of you are probably like, that's a lot of color, I don't know if I could use that. Oh yes, you can. It's fantastic. I personally have used this shade the most and this green, because like, if I want to wear a shirt that has green in it, I just go straight to neon bright stuff. This looks kind of blue-green, but definitely you can either put like a shimmer of the blue on top to make it look more blue, or you can add the green on top to make it look more green. It's just a really beautiful matte. The yellow is a beautiful sunflower kind of golden yellow. The brown, so easy to darken up the outer corner with. You can add it to the yellow and orange. You can add it to the pink. It's just a really good versatile palette. Also, if you don't want to do something colorful, use this shade right here. It's really easy to use. You can also use the orange and the brown. So you can play it up or down either way you want to go. I suggest playing it up and being colorful. But the pan size is freaking fantastic. It's 20 bucks. Fantastic palette. I've been using it a ton. Okay, so last eyeshadow palette is another colorful one, and it's something that I didn't do like a full review on because it's already been out for a while, but I love, especially for like blues and pink looks. This is the Flamingo palette by Violet Voss. Solid eyeshadow palette here. I love the colors in here. So obviously the first thing I tried when I got the palette was the yellows, and I actually really like the shimmer yellow. I'm not like the biggest fan in the world of the yellow matte, but these quality of the shadows are just so good. I've used this color a ton as well as the light blue. I also really love this color Donut, which is like a really unique pinky purple shade. Like, it's so good. It's a very unique pinky purple shade that I don't see a lot of unless it's on like a lipstick. So I love this shade. I think they're really good. The only shade that I wasn't like particularly crazy about was the shade Sand, but it is really good for setting your lids. So I love this palette, and there's a ton of different color routes you can go with it. So lastly, for lipstick, I chose my 5 like go-to lipsticks. First one is Share by Gerard Cosmetics. I'm going to swatch all these for you so you can see it, but they're all kind of like the same lines of like a mauve or pinky purple color. This is Share. It's muted, and I think that's why I love it, because you can use any eyeshadow color you want with this to make it like a really pretty cohesive look. Share is like my absolute favorite Gerard Cosmetics lipstick. It's so beautiful. I know I wear 90210 a lot on the channel, but like in my everyday life, I love Share, and I wear it sometimes in videos. One that I use a ton when I want to wear something neutral and I want to be kind of like serious. This is what I wear to like job interviews and stuff. This is Il Makiage's Matte Royale. Honestly, I did not expect to like some of these Il Makiage products just because like, oh, they're so kind of fancy and stuff. Matte Royale, beautiful color, and I can't even tell you how many times I've worn it already. Like, I have to stop myself and say, hey, you have other lipsticks to wear. It is this one right here. It's like, it's more pink than Share, but it's such a beautiful color, and it dries down so matte. It's so pretty. I love it. Honestly, that's my adult lipstick I wear a lot, and I love it a lot. Next up, for red lipsticks, I've really been gravitating towards Cherry Wet by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Like, I love Wifey and all the rest of the colors, but Cherry Wet is like more of a pinky red, and it's still blue based instead of orange, so I just love the color of it. I still believe it's available. It's from the summer collection. You see how it's like not in your face red, it's not super pinky red either, it's just a nice in-between color, and I thoroughly enjoy his formula so much. The other Jeffree Star one that I reach for a lot is one that I'm putting in this video because I wear it like if it's kind of colder outside. I have a lot of sweaters and stuff that have like this kind of purple tone in here. It really goes with my hair. This is Problematic. I don't know if this one's still available. If it is, it'll be linked down below with everything else. But it is a berry color. This one is a little bit of a drier formula, but it's still a really just beautiful color. And it doesn't get very streaky. A lot of purple lipsticks that I try get streaky. They're very dry. They're kind of patchy. They kind of flake. They're not the best formula. But this one is such a solid purple lipstick that's still along the pinky lines. It's not just like purple, you know? Lastly, we have Too Faced's Melted Matte in the shade Queen Bee. This one's so good. Again, like a mauve pink. Such a beautiful color. We're going to swatch this one right beside this star right here. It's just like Share, but a little bit lighter and a little more pink. So if we see, this is Share, this is the Il Makiage, and this is Queen Bee. It's just a little bit lighter, a little more pink than this one. But, can we talk about how similar all of my lipsticks are? Because you don't notice until they're all swatched out that, yeah, I wear, like, one color. Like, I wear these so much, and I'm like, oh, I feel like this one today, even though it's not that much different than the other one. The formula for this is so good. It's a small, compact lipstick that I can just kind of take with me. I also really like how small and compact Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks are, because when you see, like, a Jeffree Star lipstick, you get a ton of product. It's just kind of thick and kind of bulkier, but anyways, these are my go-to A-team products to use constantly in and out of videos in my daily life, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know one product down below that you'd be like lost without, like one thing you couldn't not have. And for me, it is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Like, I can change foundations, I can change setting powders, I can change eyeshadow, but if I don't have that concealer, I don't know how to handle myself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. I'll put every single freaking day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.